The hidden spiritual tests and energy shifts between October 5th to 8th before the full moon are not coincidences, they are divinely orchestrated moments designed to awaken a higher sense of awareness within those who are chosen to carry a greater mission. Whenever a full moon approaches, the atmosphere becomes charged with amplified energy, intensifying emotions, heightening intuition, and revealing things that are often hidden in plain sight. But when the days leading up to a full moon fall into a window of divine timing, as it does between October 5th to 8th, the pressure that chosen ones feel in their spirit becomes undeniable. These are the days where the veil between the physical and spiritual realms thins, where dreams become vivid messages, where strange encounters are meant to teach lessons, and where tests come in subtle but powerful ways to evaluate whether you are ready to carry the next phase of your calling. It is in this stretch of days that chosen ones feel as though time itself has slowed down or sped up, as if nothing is normal anymore. The energies swirl with intensity, making everything feel magnified, and those who are spiritually tuned in cannot help but notice that something deeper is unfolding. In these 3 days before the full moon, the hidden tests arrive in forms that many people would overlook, but chosen ones have a heightened sensitivity that allows them to perceive the true weight of these encounters. You may notice increased friction in your relationships, as if people around you are suddenly more irritable or triggering. This is not random, it is the energy exposing unresolved emotions within yourself and within others, forcing you to make a choice on how to respond. Will you rise above and act in love, patience, and self-control, or will you fall into old patterns of reacting with anger or frustration? These tests may also show up in the form of temptations, where opportunities appear that seem attractive on the surface but are actually distractions designed to pull you away from your true path. During this time, discernment becomes your greatest weapon. Not everything that glitters is gold, and not every door that opens is meant for you to walk through. Chosen ones are being called to sharpen their intuition, to test the spirits behind the events and people crossing their path, and to rely more heavily on divine guidance than on their own understanding. Energy shifts during this period are felt not only emotionally but also physically. Many chosen ones report feeling sudden waves of exhaustion even after resting, because their bodies are processing the heightened spiritual activity happening around them. Others may feel bursts of energy and creativity, as if their minds are receiving downloads of ideas and visions for the future. Sleep patterns may become disrupted, with nights filled with intense dreams or waking up at specific hours as if summoned by a higher force. These are signs that the spiritual realm is active, that your soul is being fine-tuned, and that you are being called to pay attention to what you might normally ignore. Even nature reflects these shifts, as animals behave strangely, the weather seems more unpredictable, and the atmosphere feels heavy one moment and light the next. All of these are indicators that the days leading up to the full moon are marked by extraordinary energy, meant to test and prepare the chosen ones for what is about to be revealed. Another hidden test that manifests during this period is the way chosen ones are confronted with their inner shadows. The closer the full moon comes, the more it acts as a mirror, illuminating the parts of yourself that you may have tried to hide or suppress. Old wounds may resurface, memories you thought you had moved past may come back to the surface, and emotions you thought were healed may rise unexpectedly. These moments are not punishments but opportunities. They are divine tests to see if you are truly free from the chains of the past or if you still need refinement. The energy is asking you to confront yourself with honesty, to acknowledge the hidden corners of your heart, and to release what no longer serves you. This process is uncomfortable, but it is necessary for elevation. Chosen ones must pass through the fire of refinement before they can step into the fullness of their calling, and these days leading up to the full moon create the perfect environment for that refinement to occur. Relationships play a significant role in these hidden tests. People around you may suddenly reveal their true intentions, showing you who they really are when the pressure of the energy exposes them. Friends who seemed supportive may distance themselves, family members may speak words that cut deeply, or strangers may appear with messages that either confirm your path or challenge your spirit. Every interaction during these days carries meaning, and chosen ones must not take anything lightly. This is a time to observe more than you speak, to discern more than you react, and to listen more closely to the whispers of the Spirit guiding you. You are being tested on whether you can remain grounded when the people around you seem unstable, whether you can stay true to your higher self when provoked, and whether you can forgive and release rather than hold onto bitterness. These are not small challenges, they are divine examinations of your readiness for the greater assignment ahead. Financial and material tests also rise in this window. Unexpected expenses may come up, resources may feel scarce, or sudden opportunities for gain may appear that require careful discernment. The energy surrounding money and provision is often shaken during these spiritually charged days because it is one of the greatest tools used to test your trust in divine timing. Will you panic and fall into fear, or will you remain calm and believe that provision will come in unexpected ways? Chosen ones are being called to release their dependence on material stability and to embrace the deeper truth that they are sustained by divine alignment, not by the fluctuating circumstances of the world. This shift in perspective is a major test, and those who recognize it will find that their faith grows stronger even when their resources appear weaker. Technology and communication also carry signs of these energy shifts. Devices may malfunction, messages may be misunderstood, or unexpected delays may disrupt your plans. While these moments seem frustrating, they are often part of the test to see how flexible and adaptable you can be under pressure. Chosen ones must learn that divine timing often looks like delays in human timing, and that patience is part of the spiritual training. If you find yourself frustrated by disruptions, take a step back and ask yourself what lesson is being revealed in the pause. Sometimes, what seems like an inconvenience is actually protection from something that would have harmed you had you moved forward too quickly. These are the subtle ways the universe tests your ability to trust beyond what you see. Dreams and visions intensify during this period, becoming powerful tools of revelation. Many chosen ones may experience recurring symbols, strange encounters, or even direct messages in their dreams that point toward their next step. These are not random images, they are encoded guidance being delivered while your conscious mind is at rest. Writing down these dreams, reflecting on their meanings, and seeking divine confirmation becomes essential during these days. The test here is whether you will dismiss these dreams as meaningless or recognize them as the language of the Spirit trying to direct your path. Paying attention to the patterns and the emotions within these dreams will help you navigate the heightened energy of these 3 days. Another layer of hidden testing comes through silence and solitude. Some chosen ones may suddenly feel isolated during this time, as if people have pulled away, plans have been cancelled, or opportunities for connection have disappeared. This is not punishment but preparation. The energy is forcing you to sit with yourself, to listen to the inner voice, and to connect more deeply with the divine. The test here is whether you can endure solitude without falling into loneliness, whether you can embrace silence without seeking distractions, and whether you can find strength within yourself rather than relying on constant external validation. These moments of quiet are some of the most powerful because they strip away the noise of the world and allow you to hear the truths that can only be spoken in stillness. The energy between October 5th to 8th also carries with it a heightened sense of synchronicity. You may begin to notice repeating numbers, significant symbols, or unusual encounters that seem too aligned to be coincidences. These synchronicities are breadcrumbs leading you toward clarity, but the test is whether you will pay attention or dismiss them as random. Chosen ones are being asked to sharpen their awareness, to trust the patterns being revealed, and to recognize that divine messages often come in the simplest forms. Every sign carries meaning, and those who tune in will find themselves guided toward the path that was meant for them all along. As the full moon approaches, emotions will swell to the surface, and the collective energy of the world will feel heavier than usual. Many will act out of fear, anger, or confusion, but chosen ones are being tested to remain centered in peace, grounded in faith, and anchored in purpose. The atmosphere may feel chaotic, but within the chaos lies the opportunity to prove your growth. Will you mirror the energy of the world, or will you stand as a light within the storm? This is the ultimate test of these 3 days, to see if you can hold your vibration steady in the midst of shifting frequencies, if you can stand firm when everything around you is moving, and if you can remain aligned with your divine purpose no matter what distractions come your way. Why these 3 days feel abnormal and the signs the chosen ones must recognize lie within the layers of spiritual energy that intensify as the full moon draws near. When the moon enters its fullest phase, it acts like a mirror reflecting hidden truths and magnifying emotions that are usually buried beneath the surface. The 3 days before its peak are a time of transition, a liminal space where reality feels slightly distorted, where the veil between what is seen and unseen becomes thinner, and where chosen ones feel like they are moving through a world that no longer follows the ordinary rhythm. This abnormality is not just in external events but also in the inner world, where emotions surge unexpectedly, where intuition feels sharper, and where the atmosphere seems charged with a mysterious heaviness. Chosen ones often report feeling as if they are out of place during this period, like they are watching the world through a lens that others cannot perceive, sensing the currents of energy shifting beneath the surface of everyday life. These 3 days are abnormal because the universe itself is aligning to reveal truths and expose illusions. The chosen ones, being sensitive to spiritual frequencies, cannot help but notice the way people's behaviors change, the way environments feel different, and the way circumstances align in unusual patterns. Things that are normally stable may suddenly become unstable. Plans that seemed certain may fall apart without warning. Encounters that appear random may carry a strange sense of significance. This abnormal rhythm is the way the universe shakes loose the illusions that people cling to, testing whether the chosen ones will recognize the signs and stay grounded in their inner truth. For those who are attuned, the world feels like it is speaking in a secret language during this time, dropping hints, revealing codes, and guiding them toward deeper understanding. One sign that chosen ones must recognize during these days is the intensity of emotions that surge not only within themselves but also in the people around them. The energy before the full moon amplifies everything, making joy feel euphoric, sadness feel overwhelming, anger feel explosive, and love feel consuming. This amplification is not accidental but a spiritual magnifier, designed to show you what still lingers unresolved in your heart. If you feel sudden anger or deep sorrow without a clear cause, it is a sign that something within you is asking for attention. If people around you lash out, cry unexpectedly, or behave out of character, it is a reflection of the collective energy being stirred. Chosen ones must not only endure their own emotional waves but also discern which emotions belong to them and which are being absorbed from the energy of others. Recognizing this difference is a crucial sign that helps chosen ones navigate without being drowned by the collective storm. Another abnormality is the distortion of time during this period. For some chosen ones, the days feel unusually long, as if time is dragging, stretching every hour into an eternity of reflection and observation. For others, time seems to fly, with hours disappearing in a blur, leaving them wondering where the day has gone. This warping of time is one of the signs that the spiritual realm is bleeding into the physical, that what is being processed energetically is not bound by the usual rhythms of the clock. Dreams may also feel longer and more detailed, carrying messages that seem to span lifetimes even though they only occur in a few minutes of sleep. Chosen ones who notice these distortions must recognize them as signs that they are moving through a window of heightened spiritual activity, where the boundaries between dimensions bend and shift. Physical sensations are another set of signs that reveal why these days are not normal. Chosen ones may experience sudden headaches, pressure in the forehead or crown, ringing in the ears, or tingling sensations in the body without any medical explanation. These are signs of energetic downloads, moments when the body is adjusting to higher vibrations or receiving information from beyond the physical realm. Some may feel fatigue that seems disproportionate to their activity, while others may feel restless energy coursing through their bodies, making it difficult to sit still or sleep. Appetite may shift, with cravings for unusual foods or sudden loss of hunger altogether. These physical abnormalities are not random, they are signs that the body is aligning with the spiritual energy of the days before the full moon, recalibrating itself to handle the intensity of the frequencies being released. Technology and communication also behave abnormally during this time, serving as another sign that chosen ones must notice. Phones may glitch, internet connections may falter, messages may be delayed or misinterpreted, and electronics may malfunction without reason. These disturbances are reflections of the energetic interference occurring in the atmosphere. The heightened vibrations disrupt normal patterns, creating static in both technology and human communication. Misunderstandings may arise more easily, as words spoken are not heard in the way they were intended. Chosen ones who experience these disruptions must recognize them as a sign to slow down, to communicate with clarity, and to avoid reacting impulsively when things seem to go wrong. The abnormal flow of communication is a reminder to pay attention to deeper signals rather than surface-level noise. Dreams intensify into a theater of spiritual communication during these days, offering chosen ones vivid visions, recurring symbols, and encounters that feel more real than waking life. The abnormal quality of these dreams lies in their clarity and emotional impact. They may feature deceased loved ones, symbolic animals, celestial events, or cryptic messages that linger in the mind long after waking. These dreams are not to be dismissed as random imagination but recognized as signs from the spiritual realm, guidance delivered through the subconscious when the conscious mind is too distracted to listen. Some chosen ones may even experience lucid dreams or astral projections, feeling as if they have traveled beyond their bodies into other dimensions. These abnormal experiences are markers of the thin veil between worlds, urging chosen ones to record their dreams, reflect on their meaning, and seek confirmation from within. The behavior of others around chosen ones also shifts in abnormal ways during this period. People may become unusually confrontational, overly emotional, or unexpectedly revealing. Strangers may approach with peculiar comments, while familiar faces may act in ways that seem out of character. These behaviors are signs of the energy stirring within everyone, but chosen ones must recognize them as opportunities for observation rather than reaction. What others reveal in this window often exposes truths they have long hidden, making these days a time of revelation. Some relationships may reach breaking points, while others may deepen suddenly, as the energy pushes people to show their authentic selves. Recognizing these abnormal shifts in behavior helps chosen ones understand who belongs in their journey forward and who may no longer align with their path. Nature itself begins to act as a mirror of the energy during these days. Animals may behave strangely, appearing in unusual places or crossing your path repeatedly. Birds may gather in unusual numbers, insects may swarm, or certain animals may appear in dreams and waking life alike. Weather patterns may also shift unexpectedly, with sudden storms, unusual winds, or eerie stillness in the air. These abnormalities are signs that the natural world is in tune with the same energy that is influencing human behavior. Chosen ones must pay attention to these signs, recognizing that the universe communicates not just through people and dreams but through the earth itself. The abnormal movements of nature are reminders that everything is interconnected and that the chosen ones are being given messages in every realm. One of the strongest signs of these abnormal days is the heightened presence of synchronicities. Repeating numbers such as 1111, 222, or 444 may appear constantly, words or symbols may repeat in unexpected places, and conversations may align perfectly with thoughts you just had. These synchronicities are not coincidences but confirmations that you are aligned with a greater flow of energy. They are signs urging chosen ones to pay attention to the path unfolding before them, to trust the guidance they are receiving, and to know that they are not navigating these abnormal days alone. The abnormal frequency of synchronicities during this window is a clear indication that the spiritual realm is actively communicating, orchestrating events to provide reassurance and direction. The feeling of being watched or guided more closely is another sign that chosen ones must recognize. During these days, the sense of spiritual presence intensifies, with many reporting the sensation of being surrounded by unseen forces. Some may feel comforted by this presence, while others may feel uneasy, as if their actions and thoughts are under scrutiny. This heightened awareness is part of the abnormality, a reminder that the chosen ones are being observed not just by the physical world but by the spiritual. The test is whether they will act with integrity and faith even when no one else sees, whether they will hold true to their calling when they feel the weight of unseen eyes upon them. This sensation is not paranoia but a spiritual sign of accountability, urging chosen ones to remain aligned with their highest selves. These 3 days also carry an abnormal intensity of inner conflict, as if two opposing forces are pulling on the soul at once. Chosen ones may feel torn between old habits and new growth, between fear and faith, between comfort and calling. This inner tension is a sign that transformation is near, that the soul is being stretched to step into a new level of purpose. The abnormal heaviness of this conflict is not to discourage but to refine, to force the chosen ones to make conscious choices that align with their higher path. Recognizing this conflict as a sign rather than a setback helps chosen ones embrace the growth instead of resisting it. Even the silence feels abnormal during these days. Spaces that once felt ordinary now feel charged with energy, as if the air itself holds secrets. Sitting in stillness may bring sudden waves of insight or overwhelming emotion, revealing that silence is not empty but full of messages waiting to be heard. Chosen ones who embrace the silence often find themselves receiving the clearest guidance, while those who run from it may feel restless and unsettled. The abnormal weight of silence is one of the most powerful signs, urging chosen ones to pause, to listen, and to surrender to the wisdom rising within. The divine preparation and protection unfolding before tomorrow's shift is unlike anything that the chosen ones have experienced before, because this moment in time is not random. It is part of a greater orchestration where the Creator aligns circumstances, energies, and even opposition to shape you into who you are meant to become. The days before the full moon hold within them a power that cannot be denied, and in that power lies both challenge and transformation. For chosen ones, these days serve as a crucible, a sacred testing ground where the unseen hand of the divine moves pieces into place. What may look like chaos on the surface is actually alignment in disguise, what feels like rejection is actually redirection, and what feels like delay is divine timing unfolding with precision. The preparation during this period is deep and layered, working simultaneously on your mind, your heart, your spirit, and even your physical reality so that when the shift comes, you are not only ready to face it but positioned to thrive within it. Divine preparation in these days before the full moon is often uncomfortable because it requires stripping away illusions, breaking old cycles, and exposing vulnerabilities that you may have ignored. This is why many chosen ones feel restless during this time, unable to find peace in the routines that once brought them comfort. The Spirit stirs within you, reminding you that comfort is not the goal, growth is. You may find yourself revisiting old wounds, not to torment you but to heal them once and for all. Conversations may come up that force you to confront truths you've avoided. Memories may resurface that trigger emotions you thought were buried. All of these are part of the divine preparation, pulling you out of complacency and into alignment. You cannot carry old baggage into the new season, and the days before the full moon act as a spiritual cleansing, shaking loose what cannot come with you into the next phase of your journey. Protection during this window is just as important as preparation, because the heightened energy not only draws divine attention but also attracts resistance from forces that seek to derail your growth. This is why chosen ones may feel an increase in spiritual warfare during this time. Nightmares may become more vivid, obstacles may appear suddenly, or people may behave in ways that seem designed to provoke or distract you. Yet even in these moments, protection surrounds you. The fact that you notice the opposition is proof of the shield covering you. Attacks may come, but they will not prosper. Setbacks may occur, but they will not destroy you. The divine allows you to see the resistance not to frighten you but to remind you of the power that guards you. You are being trained to recognize the schemes of darkness and to stand firm in faith, trusting that protection has already gone before you into the unseen places. This preparation and protection also reveal themselves through divine timing. Many chosen ones may feel like things are being delayed or slowed down during these days, but what is actually happening is alignment. You are not late, you are not behind, you are not forgotten. The universe is rearranging the pieces of your path so that when the shift comes, you will step into a moment where everything fits together perfectly. This is why doors may close suddenly, why opportunities may be withheld, why connections may break apart right before this shift. It is all part of protection, keeping you from entering places that would have harmed you and from holding on to people who could not go where you are going. When you look back after the shift, you will see that every detour was necessary, every pause was purposeful, and every rejection was a form of divine protection. Preparation is also about strengthening your discernment. In these abnormal days before the full moon, chosen ones are being given tests and signs to sharpen their ability to hear the inner voice and recognize the truth beyond appearances. You may encounter situations that seem confusing on the surface, but if you pause and listen, the truth will reveal itself. Discernment is being sharpened because in the days ahead, you will need to know what is real and what is deception, what is alignment and what is distraction, what is divine and what is counterfeit. These days are training grounds for your intuition, showing you that you already have the ability to know, to sense, and to choose correctly. The divine is preparing you to walk into the next phase with clarity and confidence, no longer second-guessing yourself but trusting the wisdom you carry within. Another aspect of divine preparation lies in solitude. Many chosen ones find themselves pulled into isolation during these days, feeling distanced from friends, family, or even familiar routines. This solitude is not punishment but preparation, for it is in the quiet that the deepest truths are revealed. When distractions are removed, when the noise of the world fades, you are able to hear the whispers of divine guidance more clearly. Solitude teaches you resilience, teaching you that you are never truly alone because presence surrounds you even when people do not. It is in solitude that visions come, insights are birthed, and strength is built. The abnormal silence of these days is not empty but sacred, filled with the energy of preparation, filled with the assurance that what is coming requires you to be still long enough to receive it. Protection during this period is not always obvious, but it shows up in subtle ways. You may narrowly avoid an accident, miss a meeting that could have gone wrong, or be delayed just long enough to escape a negative outcome. These interruptions are not inconveniences, they are protection. You may feel a sudden urge to change your routine, take a different path, or pause before making a decision, and those instincts are your protection in action. Chosen ones often do not realize how many dangers they are spared from because protection works in silence, operating in the unseen. These abnormal nudges, delays, and redirections are signs that protection is active, reminding you that nothing can touch you unless it has first passed through the filter of divine allowance. Dreams during these days also serve as part of preparation and protection. They may reveal warnings, showing you who to avoid, what to guard against, or where danger may lie. They may also provide encouragement, showing glimpses of what is to come, offering assurance that you are on the right path. Some dreams may feel confusing, but within them lie patterns and messages that prepare your spirit for what is ahead. Writing these dreams down, reflecting on their symbols, and seeking guidance about their meaning is part of recognizing how preparation and protection unfold in subtle yet powerful ways. Emotions play a critical role in this divine process. You may feel waves of fear, doubt, or heaviness rising unexpectedly, only to be replaced by sudden bursts of peace, clarity, or even joy. These emotional shifts are not random but part of the preparation. They are flushing out what no longer belongs in your spirit, bringing unresolved emotions to the surface so they can be acknowledged and released. Protection ensures that even in these emotional storms, you are not consumed. You may cry, but you are not broken. You may feel weary, but you are not defeated. Every wave of emotion is reshaping you, preparing you to carry more light, more strength, more resilience into the days ahead. Divine preparation also includes realigning your focus. Distractions that once held your attention lose their power, while new desires and goals emerge in your heart. You may suddenly feel compelled to change your habits, shift your priorities, or pursue things that feed your soul instead of draining it. This shift in focus is not accidental but preparation, pulling you into alignment with your higher calling. Protection ensures that as you shift, the things that no longer serve you fall away, even if it feels painful. People may distance themselves, opportunities may vanish, and environments may feel uncomfortable because they are no longer aligned with your path. What remains is what is meant to stay, and what leaves is what would have hindered you. Both preparation and protection are at work, shaping your external reality to match the internal transformation happening within. The divine does not prepare you without also equipping you. In these abnormal days, you may find yourself receiving sudden insights, bursts of creativity, or ideas that feel inspired. These downloads are not random thoughts, they are tools being placed into your hands for the season ahead. You may feel compelled to write, to plan, to create, or to build something new, even if you don't fully understand why. This is part of preparation, giving you resources and wisdom you will soon need. Protection ensures that what is planted in you during this time will not be stolen, that the seeds of inspiration will be guarded until they are ready to bear fruit. The culmination of these 3 days before the full moon is a spiritual alignment where chosen ones stand at the threshold of a shift that changes everything. Preparation has stripped away what is unnecessary, sharpened your discernment, and strengthened your spirit. Protection has shielded you from harm, redirected your path, and ensured that you remain intact even under pressure. What feels abnormal during these days is simply the sign that the divine is at work in ways beyond your understanding. You are being positioned, elevated, and covered, even when you cannot see the full picture. The days may feel heavy, but they are heavy with meaning. The nights may feel restless, but they are restless with revelation. The world may feel unstable, but within that instability lies the seed of new order. The divine is moving, preparing you not only to endure the shift but to rise within it. Tomorrow's unfolding is not something to fear but something to embrace, because you are being prepared in every way and protected in every step. This abnormal energy is not here to destroy you, it is here to prove that you are ready. When the shift arrives, you will know that nothing was wasted, nothing was random, and nothing could stop what was meant for you. You are chosen, you are prepared, and you are protected for what comes next.